Well, first of all, thank you for asking me to share today and for having me, of all people, follow the pastor. Thank you. Shawn Loucks threw an actual 90-mile-per-hour fastball when I met him in college, and he had a deadly split-finger fastball to go with it. He could bring a hitter to his knees. We were UCSB baseball players together, became roommates, and he's been a best friend ever since. Over 30 years. I love that big guy. His death was a shock to us all, and I can't believe I'm standing here now. Shawn loved playing baseball for UCSB and was proud to be a Gaucho alum. As a player and as a pitcher, Shawn never got rattled. He never showed emotion. He never showed nervousness. He was never fazed, no matter the outcome. He was a stud, full of confidence, and he knew how to compete, and that drew us to him as friends. Shawn was a fun guy. One of his best qualities was that he took a lot of teasing, as we all did, but he never said a bad word about anybody. He just went along with it, with his over-the-top laugh and his big ear-to-ear grin. You just wanted to be around him. But I did hear him say a few not-so-nice things about our coach, Al Ferrer, maybe once or twice, when he was taken out of a game or two prematurely. But the coach is here today, so I'm not going to repeat those words. Shawn was good at telling stories. He was a really, really funny guy. Usually they were embarrassing stories about himself rather than others. Whether it was him getting pulled over by the Lake Berea police for possibly driving the boat, maybe not so well, being stuck in a checkout line at Ross department store, really, really, really needing to use the bathroom. He'd tell his stories and have you in tears from laughing, and no subject was off limits. I find myself reaching for my phone to call him or text him because I want to share something silly or ridiculous that just happened, and I have to catch myself and remember he's no longer around. You can tell him anything. He could relate, he'd often have good advice, and he was a generous, generous friend. So back in the day, Shawn was a successful single guy, a handsome guy, never had any problems getting a date. Some might say he was a little bit of a playboy, and he was a bachelor for quite a few years after college, and then he met Patty. And all that changed. I remember when he told me he was going to marry her. She was the one. He had never said anything like that to me before, and I knew he was 100% completely serious. He had met the love of his life, and he had never looked back. He loved her deeply. Their marriage meant everything to him. They had a beautiful bond, and Shawn was totally devoted to Patty. Shawn became Shawn and Patty, and they were one. Most of us in this room are really worried about Patty because we can't imagine her going on without him, just as we could not imagine him without her. And thank goodness for this support system her family is for her and Ashley and Dawn. Ash, your father loved you as any father possibly could, more than any father possibly could. You made him proud every single day. He beamed when he talked about you, and you were the light of his life. Dawn, we admired you so much. We admire you so much. You should be so proud. You should be so fiercely proud. You raised a son who was phenomenal at life. He was a great loyal friend, a great father, a proud father, a devoted uncle and grandpa, and a husband who cherished his wife. His priorities were straight. He gave us all an example of how it should be done, and he got that from you. You're an amazing mother. We just lost Julie, now we've lost Shawn, and I wish there was something we could do to change it, but we can't. We keep moving forward, and that's what they both would want. I found this poem. The author is unknown, but I seemed it fit in a way to complete my remarks. Don't think of him as gone away. His journey's just begun. Life holds so many facets. This earth is only one. Just think of him as resting from the sorrows and the tears in a place of warmth and comfort where there are no days and years. Think how he must be wishing that we could know today how nothing but our sadness can really pass away. and think of him as living in the hearts of those he touched. For nothing loved is ever lost, and he was loved so much.